Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Laura Ingraham. This is Ingraham Angle from Washington tonight. America's mugshot. That's the focus of tonight's angle. All right.
If you're Donald Trump, to running for president as the outlaw president, it would be the Jesse James strategy. They would take that photograph and they would make it up. They would wear it like a badge of honor. Bad guys as heroic. You laugh at that because Jesse James was an actual hardened criminal who killed people without any apparent fear of being grabbed.
Well, the truth is these nattering ninnies can't see past their own self-righteousness. And in the fog created by their own hot air, they're missing real America. I think most fair-minded people see the spectacle for what it is. It's the ultimate in election tampering by the far left. A politically ambitious local prosecutor and a supporter of Kamala Harris who believes that prosecuting Trump puts her on a fast track to the governor's mansion. So this hounding of Trump, from Robert Mueller to Jack Smith to Alvin Bragg and now Willis, has never been about justice. It's about political revenge and a warning. In a way, Trump's seething and the mugshot kind of captures what many Americans are feeling these days as well. Because they too are seething. Because whether it's the economy, crime, or natural disasters, the government seems to either make things worse or not care at all, like in Maui.
Today, I haven't had any money come in. I haven't had anybody call me back. I didn't have anything. I have no idea. I lost my house. I lost my car. I lost my animals. I mean, come on, man. We're not getting anything. Till today, I still didn't get my meds. I cannot get my meds yet. I have no money anymore. I think Joe Biden should take his $700 and get back on the plane and go home. That's what I think. Because $700 compared to all the millions he's giving to Ukraine, why? We need it. That's why we don't understand why. We're citizens and we cannot get money. But if they're not citizens, they get gazillions of dollars from the USA. Fix your house before you fix somebody else's house.
Well, guys, man, she is 100% right. 100% right. You know, again, we need to focus on our own house. We do. We need to fix our own house first. You know, again, what is Joe Biden doing during all this? Man, again.
We are a community that relies on family, on ohana, whether by blood or by friendship. But like many others, my son's home, my daughter's home burned down.
Or maybe if worse than falling asleep, what is it here?
I don't want to compare difficulties, but we have a little sense, Jill and I, what it's like to lose a home. Years ago, now 15 years ago, I was in Washington doing Meet the Press. It was a sunny Sunday, and lightning struck at home on a little lake. It's outside of our home, not a lake, a big pond, and hit a wire and came up underneath our home into the heating ducts, the air conditioning duct. To make a long story short, I almost lost my wife, my 67 Corvette, and my cat. But all kidding aside, I watched the firefighters, the way they responded. You know, there's an old expression. I grew up right across the street from a fire hall in Claymont, Delaware.
He is trying to connect with people. He is trying to connect with people who have lost everything, who have nothing. You know, he is trying to connect with them by telling them about a small kitchen fire from 20 years ago that was put out within 20 minutes. Again, he's trying to say, you know, I could have lost my house. I could have lost my cat. I could have lost my dog. You know, I could have lost my car, but I didn't. I didn't lose any of that stuff because, again, it was a small kitchen fire that lasted 20 minutes and was out. We have truly got to understand somebody that tries to connect with people in this way is in cognitive decline. They truly have dementia or something. Truly.
And they're mad about the cost of living.
Everything is just literally through the roof.
I'm middle class, and I am concerned about like the inflation.
It's not just food that's going up. Everything's going up.
It's going up and it's getting worse. And yeah, I think everybody's getting like a hit with that.
And they're mad because Biden seems callous, even when speaking to Gold Star moms.
How many more parents have to go through this nightmare if we don't do anything with this administration?
We deserve the truth. We deserved it 2 years ago, and we definitely deserve it today.
So the public's anger toward the establishment is growing faster than they anticipated. And it's not just against the White House either. When he was at that annual Fancy Farm picnic earlier this month in Kentucky, did Mitch McConnell really think that he'd be greeted like this? I love how he stood there frozen, smiling. The Democrats for decades have taken the urban and the minority vote for granted, but they're running into anger there as well. It turns out that city dwellers are just as outraged about crime as anyone else.
I'm more cautious. I'm probably not out as late anymore or always looking behind me and things like that, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping people in the city, they're starting to pay attention to what is going on. Man, again, these liberal leftist cities, again, the reason why things are going out of control, crime is out of control, is because of your woke, leftist politicians, man, the people that you vote in office. That's what the problem is.
It's also amazing to me that corporate America, with all their fancy, high-paid consultants, couldn't see all this coming. Now, some moron at Anheuser-Busch did curricula.
I'm a parent. Those kids are mine. Know the schools, know the states. They are my kids. And I have the moral duty and legal right to shape my kids' future.
So establishment politicians, weak-kneed CEOs, leftist educrats, they're all underestimating the power of the silent majority who are fed up, frustrated, and feeling like the way Trump looks in that mugshot.
We don't want our kids, man, going to school to learn this LGBTQ stuff, this trans agenda and everything else. We don't want our kids going to school learning this stuff. So again, I truly believe the majority of Americans, man, they feel the way that Trump looks right there in his mugshot.
Now, as Florida Congressman Byron Donalds of the House Oversight Committee and Ben Domenech, editor-at-large of The Spectator and Fox News contributor. Congressman, I think this is in the process of backfiring on the Democrats. They really did think that trying to humiliate Trump in Fulton County would be just one more nail in his coffin, his political coffin. I don't see it.
Neither do I, Laura. I think what people are looking at is that the system run by the Democrats, the justice system run by the Democrats, is being wielded for pure politics, just so they can get their proverbial scratch itched. It's ridiculous, and frankly, it's destructive of our country. Meanwhile, all the things that are going on in America that are affecting poor Americans, middle-income Americans, white Americans, black Americans, etc., is being ignored, and the press covers it up. This is going to backfire in a major way because Americans want our country to function. They don't want it to be used as a political weapon against political rivals.
I don't think I could have said any better myself, but truly don't. I don't think Americans are concerned with Trump's fourth indictment. They're not. They don't care. And again, people have got to understand, if Trump was not running for president, this would not be happening. And again, I think people, even on the left-hand side of the aisle, they truly understand if Trump was not running, this would not be happening. So again, I think Americans are more concerned with inflation. Every time we go to the grocery store, man, our bill gets bigger every single damn time. Again, crime in the streets, man. We have truly got to understand, again, Oakland, California, LA, DC, double-digit increases in crime. We have got to understand what is happening. And again, Americans are concerned about the state of this country. They're concerned about their families. They're concerned about their pocketbooks. So again, don't give us this stuff with Trump. Some kind of trumped up, not a play on words here, but some kind of trumped up charge.
They have run into something, I think, here that they have completely underestimated, which is they have devoted so much of their time to trying to go after the former president that they have failed to have any kind of agenda that was promised by them in the 2020 election, anything that would actually satisfy the demands of working people across this country, the demands of the middle class. They've treated the failure of the Inflation Reduction Act as if it was something that was just, a speed bump, something along the road to just inevitable re-election, when in reality what they've done is taken their eye off the ball, and now they're trying to make up for it by saying, well, you can't re-elect this guy because he's so dangerous. He's so dangerous to, democracy and the Constitution and the like. But when people see something like this, I think it makes things very real for them. The idea of looking at an image, a mugshot of a former president, it's kind of disgusting in a way that I think that will actually lead to a backlash, a serious backlash against the Democrats who have pursued this. No one wants to see this. They don't think that it's the right thing to do to any former president. Republicans didn't go after Bill Clinton, after he left office. We didn't see the kind of, going after George W. Bush, over, Iraq war crimes or whatever you wanted to suggest. The same with Barack Obama. And now Donald Trump gets this kind of treatment. This may be the first mugshot that we have of a former president, but they're setting it up so it won't be the last. And that's the thing that I think they're underestimating about this whole scenario. They have opened up a Pandora's box, and they don't know what's going to come next.
I believe he's 100% right. I truly do. Thing is, man, they're going after Donald Trump because Donald Trump is not part of the establishment. He will stand up for this country. And again, we have to truly look at the agenda that they're pushing on this country right now. They are trying to cause a sense of chaos in this country. Then they're going to come in, they're going to lock us down. Watch. So again, we truly have to understand this guy, Trump, man, and people I think like Kennedy will stand up for this country. They will. And again, they're not part of the establishment. That's why they go after them in whatever way they can. That is why they go after them. So we truly got to recognize, man, the deep state is real. Again, the World Economic Forum is definitely real. And again, what they're doing is they're pushing a certain agenda, a certain worldwide agenda. And again, people like Trump, they stand in their way. They truly do. I think Vivek Ramaswamy put out a video yesterday, I believe, talking about the World Economic Forum, saying that he is not a member of that forum. Again, we have truly got to look at who is and what they're pushing and what they're pushing on the world. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks.
You son of a